Howdy, howdy. Welcome back to the channel. Today it's time to take a look at round 1 arena cutoff results for the Guillotine 2099 feature arenas and the 4-star basic Proxima Midnight arena. And then also take a look at some past arena results for similar type arenas to get an idea of what might happen in round 2. So first let's take a look at the results. And as expected, maybe not as high as expected, but as expected, Guillotine 2099, given that she's a really good ramp-up champ, all the damage she can do, that 5-star feature really jumped up all the way up to 70.3 million. This is the second all-time high, only Namor at 80 million, an extra 10 million. That's crazy to think how high Namor went, but she's number 2, coming in at 70.3 million for the 5-star feature. Now for the 4-star feature, that 11.2 million is kind of an average number. You see that with a lot of different new champs coming into that 4-star feature arena, so that's nothing crazy wise, but kind of expected really, because even Black Widow Clairvoyant, well, she was still in 11 million. Now she was closer to 12 million, but she too was in 11 million for that first round cutoff. So even if you're a high champ in the 5-star feature arena, in the 4-star feature arena, new champs kind of all fall in that same kind of bucket. Now jumping over to the 4-star basic arena, Proxima Midnight, she was on the higher end for a champ that's been in the game for some time, been in the 4-star basic arena a number of times, and so she came in at that 1.8 million again, which is a little bit higher than that 1.65 normal that we see, but nothing too outrageous, still kind of within that 10% ballpark, which brings me to how do these actual results compare to my cutoff predictions? Well, while I did think that Guillotine 2099 was going to be higher, I didn't think she'd be that much higher. So that one is definitely off a little bit. And if you're new to the channel, what I always try to do with my predictions is get within 5 to 10% of the actual. So 61 is definitely lower than at 70. What is crazy though, when you're dealing with 70 million, I wasn't too far off there, because 70 million, 7 million down, 63 would have been in the target. So not too far off. Now coming to the 4-star feature as well as the 4-star basic, while lower than the actual cutoffs, was still within that 5 to 10%. In the case of the 4-star feature, was even within 5%, but in the case of the 4-star basic and Proxima Midnight arena, was still within that 10%, but didn't quite make 5%. But still, again, since I try to get within 5 to 10%, both of those predictions were pretty decent. Could have been, not my strongest and close, both within 5%, but still within that 10% range. And that's why I always do give those extra grinding, their grind targets, which will give yourself some extra cushion, because my predictions always try to get within that 5 to 10%, and sometimes they're going to be lower than the actual. So kind of keep that in mind. Now, what can we expect for round 2? Let's take a look first at that 5-star feature arena with some recent, the most recent anyway, high-level champs. That high, interest champs, I should say, with Call Obsidian, so this shows you this is a little bit aged because he's about to come around the 4-star basic arena. But anyway, he had that first round of 62 million, jumped all the way to 70 million in the second round. Namor, again, had that first all-time high coming in at 80 million. He did have that decrease, so going down to under 60 million, even to 58 million. That's kind of a little bit of an oddity, though, because if you look at even like Warlock here, who came close to that 60 million threshold, came at 58. He had a 2 million increase in the second round to 60. And then more recently with Black Widow Clairvoyant, she had a 67 in the second round, in the first round, and then jumped a couple million in the second round. So I think what we can see here, especially here of late, for these higher interest type of new champs in the 5-star basic arena, you typically see an increase of a couple million between round 1 and round 2. Now with the 4-star feature, what you typically see is round 2 is lower than round 1. It kind of resembles that 3-star feature arena, and we'll get to that in a minute. But typically, once everybody who really wants to get the champ gets that champ in the first round, that second round is typically a little bit lower. Now when you take a look at the 4-star basic, though, it's kind of closer to the 5-star feature, where in the round 1, and to be clear though, this is for champs, low interest champs, but are still like really valuable in the game, especially if you look at Captain America, Infinity War, and Star-Lord here recently. Both of those increased between round 1 and round 2, a couple 100,000. So I think that's what we're going to see here with Proxima Midnight. Now with the 3-star feature, you can see again, kind of like I was saying with the 4-star feature, round 1 is typically higher than round 2. You have a slight decrease in round 2. So considering all these trends, and there's some consistent trends out there to kind of base what we might expect in round 2, here are my thoughts for the round 2 predictions for the Guillotine 2099 and Proxima Midnight arenas. Now these predictions are for the veterans bracket, meaning your account's been open for over 60 days. I think we're looking at 72 million for the 5-star feature Guillotine 2099. Again, looking at that trend where it goes up a couple million between round 1 and round 2. I think we're going to see that here. I think with the 4-star feature, though, that decrease, we can expect that decrease down here to go to 10.5 million. Proxima Midnight, we typically see an increase. Guess what? I think we're going to see that increase going to 1.9 million. Then lastly, with that 3-star feature, we'll keep with the trends here again and see that decrease in round 2 for that 3-star feature going down 1.2 million. And again, these are for veterans bracket. Now, obviously, you know, like I was talking a few minutes ago with round 2, with my predictions, I always like to give grind targets too, to give yourself a little bit of cushion, just in case my predictions are on the lower end of the cutoff and not actually at the cutoff. So keeping that in mind, with the 5-star feature Guillotine 2099, you should go to 75 million. I think that's a better number. That'll give yourself some extra cushion, maybe even 76 million. I think for the 4-star feature Guillotine 2099, you want to go to 11.1, maybe 11.2 million. And lastly, for the for the 4-star basic arena, I think 2.1 million. You want to get over 2 million because I think that cutoff again is going to be right around 1.9, maybe even 2 million. So go to 2.1, maybe even 2.2. If you really want to make sure you don't miss out, get that 2.1 for sure, maybe even 2.2 for that extra cushion. And then lastly, that 3-star feature, I think you want to go to 1.3 million. And these grind targets, similar to these predictions, are all for the veterans bracket. When it comes to the earlier brackets, there's never a ton of data to base, you know, what these numbers might look like. So for the beginners bracket, and really the only way I get any information is from you, the folks who watch my videos, who are out there with newer accounts, and go into the comment section and let me know how you did, because there's no place across the community that regularly captures and people self-report what they're doing in these earlier brackets. So keep that in mind. These are really rough estimates based off of that anecdotal information I get from time to time. So for that 3-star feature beginner bracket, I think we're looking at 245, 4-star basic 750,000, 4-star feature 1.3 million. Jumping down to the intermediate bracket, and if you're not sure if you're beginner or intermediate bracket means your account's been open 31 to 60 days. Beginner's bracket, brand new, all the way to 30 days. But for the intermediate bracket, 3-star feature, you're looking at 525,000. 4-star basic, 950,000. 4-star feature, 1.4 million. So anyway, these are my thoughts for round 2 of the Guillotine 2099 and Proxima Midnight arenas. I'd love to hear your opinion, especially if it's different than mine. Throw them down in the comment section of this video, and we can discuss it there. If you have any questions, throw them down there as well, and I'll try to get to them sooner than later. Other than that, if you found this video helpful, please hit that thumbs up button. If you like my videos, this type of video, keep on hitting that thumbs up button. That'll let me know you like it, and also help how the video performs on YouTube. And if you like this video and other type of videos I have on the channel, would really appreciate it if you subscribe if you haven't already. So anyway, that's all that I have for today. You have thanks for stopping by, and have a great day.